Hey, Anna Vander Hayden. I think I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm putting this up as a video because Facebook is being very weird and I'm not able to type a response to your question. So you're asking about for me to explain the boomerang effect that's in effect this month. Sorry, those really bad allergies right now. Um, that I mentioned in the January 2018 horoscope. So unfortunately, I'm not really able to give you a simple cut and dry answer to that. And here's why. So I'm thinking, if I remember correctly, it had to do with the Pluto and Scorpio, or jeez, Jupiter and Mars and Scorpio, Pluto and Capricorn. There are a couple of other things. And I know this sounds like I have no idea what I'm talking about. Bear with me. One of the challenges with astrology is that it's not a single thing that gives us the ability to come up with these conclusions, and it shouldn't be. Everything is it's like chemistry. Everything's a combination of things. When you have this and that and the other all interacting with each other, they create an effect, and sometimes they produce an entirely new thing. So in and of themselves, they have their own properties, but when put together in combinations, they produce a reaction, which may give you something completely different than what they're able to do on their own. So with that said, when we're looking at an astrology chart, when we're first learning, a lot of times we will learn by the cookbook method. So we we learn that Venus in Aries means this, and Mars and Scorpio. Oh, sorry, all that gray. Mars and Scorpio means that, and the moon here in this house, usually means this. So we're doing a piecemeal kind of memorization of different aspects, and then we're doing the piecemeal like cookbook method of what these planets in relationship or combination with other planets mean, and then we're adding in the other ingredient, which is the houses and degrees and all sort of stuff. So the thing about it is, when you get to the point where you're really synthesizing this, you're really understanding it, and you're really getting it, a lot of times you're processing all this information very, very quickly. But it's very difficult to break it down into, A plus B plus C and break it down that way, because it's all of these things coming together, and once you synthesize that, you get, like, out of all possible combinations here, it would have to be this. This is what we're looking at. And I know that's not really helpful, but you get there. So it's a lot like real world examples. It's a lot like, have you ever had somebody in your family that was a phenomenal cook, right? They don't use recipes, they don't really measure, they just know. And their stuff always comes out amazing, right? And if you ask them, well, how much of this did you put in, and why did you use that? And, well, wait a minute, why did you put that in now instead of later? And why are we, putting it in the oven at this temperature or this degree, but we can't bake it, we couldn't bake it last week, and they don't really have good answers for you. So, like, well, you just learn, you just know, right? Or if you ask somebody who does like really like a physicist, oh my god, who does really advanced, complicated mathematical calculations, to explain like how they arrived at this thing that they've come to, it's very difficult for them to break it back down into basic math and algebra, or even calculus, kind of thing, kind of take a step by step from the little parts to where they're at, because they're at a level of understanding with this stuff that they're past the mechanics, and now what they're seeing are these elegant expressions in the equations, and that's hard to put into words for people who are still learning the basics. So, and astrology is a lot like that. So you're going to see a lot of people out there, because astrology is very popular right now, and because we have so much free communication, and also everybody on the internet is an expert, in case you didn't get the memo. You're going to get a lot of people out there who have some understanding of astrology, but are not necessarily have an in-depth understanding of it. And it's not that they're bad astrologers. These things just take time. Becoming a phenomenal cook that cooks from memory and instinct, this takes time, and love and commitment, right? Being an astrophysicist, this takes time. There's a whole lot of stuff you've got to learn as far as mechanical things like equations and formulas and math along the way, before you can get to the point where you're really appreciating what they're seeing and doing the elegant mathematics that they're doing and coming up with things. We're just like, what? How did you get that? These things take time. So, what the problem is on the internet, nobody ever wants to admit they don't know something. So people tend to put their stuff out there with confidence, authority, and enthusiasm. Um, and, basically a lot of times it's just piecemeal information. It's kind of hodgepodge together. So all of this is the really long way of telling you I don't really have a straightforward answer as to why this month is all about the, ha ha ha, joke's on you, kind of boomerang effect. But it's definitely playing out in some interesting and unexpected ways, and certainly for people who didn't see it coming. So if I can come up with a better explanation later, I will certainly endeavor to give that to you, and hopefully Facebook will let me post a reply, which it's not doing now, and I won't have to post another video. But that's kind of it. Like, I'm pretty sure it had to do with Scorpio Capricorn combinations. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the moment is gone. I did the chart for the month, and now the moment is gone. So, but I will, if you reach out to me sooner, more immediately after the videos get posted, it will be easier for me to go back and follow my thought processes and maybe get a better answer for you. So I hope this helps. And you have a great day, and thanks for asking such an awesome question. Okay? All right. Bye.